September 29th, 2021. I spent a lot of time the last few days digging this hole in the ground. And right here, right in this one spot, it's almost deep enough for my work pit. It needs to be this deep over there. Over here, it needs to be a few inches deeper because this is the drain out of it. But this is it. My work pit's still slowly getting there. Let me show off while we're here. I focused digging here the most because this is the drain and I have a tendency to watch this fill up with water over the course of 30 minutes whenever it rains pretty good. But it hasn't rained in quite a while, or hasn't filled up with water in quite a while. And you can tell that I hadn't been doing much digging because grass and clover and flowers are blooming and the ground is cracked and there's moss growing on the bottom of it. So you can tell that I hadn't really been focusing on all this. But of course, getting water to drain out of it is more important than this part of it right now. On to stuff that kind of is more entertaining as I nearly die. Right here, I've been slowly demolishing a brush pile which has been built up over the course of my lifetime because I would like to make my train track a lot longer in the month of October. How much longer? I would like to more than double the amount of train track I have in 1 month. Because right now I have 84 feet of train track that I can run on. So my intention is to by the end of the month of October, have my train track to right here. And I'm going to end it here going this way until we can move this giant tree out of the way, move the stump out of the way, move the next stump out of the way, and cut this tree over here down. That's a little ways off. But I have not fabricated this piece of train track yet, the one that's supposed to go here. The piece of train track that goes here, I have fabricated. I've got it bent, I've got it welded, got it ready to be installed, except for the ground ain't level right here. But when I install these 3 pieces of tubular rail in a few days, hopefully, I will have 100 feet of train track. Won't be 100 feet all in a row, but it'll be 100 feet. So I want to be able to more than double my train track as quickly as possible, get 200 feet of train track total, have 100 and something feet going this way of main line yard track, and then my 40 feet of barn track by the end of October, because I said to bunches of people, oh, I'm not inviting anybody over to see my great scenic garbage pile until I have 100 feet of track to ride on. And I think to myself, 100 feet of track really isn't all that much. So I'm going to try to double it before I invite any guests over, hoping to get around to that maybe before the end of the year. But we're slowly getting there. Look at all this. I've got a lot more made level so that hopefully we can start driving tractors over it. And that's another thing, my lawnmower. So my lawnmower train, or the locomotive, if you could call it that, I sent it off to get worked on about a month ago. It was in August. And a few days ago, called them just to see if perhaps we missed something. Turns out that the mechanic at this particular shop, because it wasn't just lawnmowers, it was other things, but apparently my lawnmower drove him to madness, and so their one mechanic they had quit. So they're looking for another mechanic now. So that's why I still don't have an operating lawnmower. Because even when I give it to somebody else to fix, and it's their job to fix lawnmowers, and they hopefully know what they're doing, it drives them to madness and they quit. Go to be YouTube stars. That's where we are. That's why I don't have that. But hopefully I'll have my lawnmower back by the time I get this done, or get this further. So my other goal is to, because I'm going to go 42 feet that way, in order to double my train track, I have to go some direction, and the only direction left to go is across the driveway. So I'm hoping to also have a railroad crossing done by the end of the month of October. And I would really like, because it'll be 2 sections of track across the driveway, and that'll be 84 feet. So if I cross in the driveway and go in the other direction, I will have doubled my train track. But I'd like to do one other section if possible, or 2 other sections, or maybe a whole 60 feet. That way, I want to reach this tree up here before they start doing much more building. Because you see, one thing that I want to do in my life is I want to ride my hand car and see great scenic fields, farmers' fields where the poppies grow, and have nice, peaceful hand car rides where nobody goes riding by in loud vehicles with plastic skulls hanging from underneath their vehicles. Weird people. Wish they could be normal like me and just want to have a lawnmower train. I was hoping to get my hand car to this point before they built a couple of houses down the road. That way I could pump my hand car to right here, look at the tree that's in my way, and then just behind the tree that's in my way, see the farmer's fields and the beautiful sunset across it. And to make it all better, see, as I take the camera to end this video, as acorns fall on our heads, see the beautiful sunset and the beautiful communication tower off in the distance. And that's what I would like to do by the end of October. But probably not, knowing how seems like I can't hardly get anything done. But slowly getting there. It's another peaceful end of the month in Alexis, North Carolina.